Now, movie theaters are dead, right? But if you invested $100 into Disney stock back in 2015, 8 years ago today, here is how much money you'd have. That's right. You'd have about $76. What is going on, guys? Lottery Sucks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to go over with AMC, so make sure to watch until the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. I'm getting back into trading more, so if you guys want to know my trades as soon as I take them, make sure to pop in the Discord. The first thing that I want to jump into is the data on AMC according to Ortex. But please, if you find value out of the video or enjoy watching, hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe button, join us on this journey to financial freedom. Without further ado, let's get into it. So AMC is sitting at 22.5% short interest, but the elephant in the room everybody's talking about is utilization dropped down to 83%. So it was at 100% for over 2 years, then dropped to 91, then went back up to 100, then went back down to 83%. And in my opinion, they are doing something with the float. They're doing something with the shares on APE and AMC, trying to figure something out before the conversion and reverse split goes through. Now, the cost to borrow average still sitting at 914%. So shorts are paying 9 times their position, but is Citadel actually paying this? We're going to talk about that in 1 minute. And the cost to borrow max sitting over 1,000%, which is over 10x their position. As for APE, 4.59% short interest, utilization 27%, and the cost to borrow average sitting around 7%. Not much to say there. Now, Ortex tweeted this February 9th of 2022. The date isn't really substantial, but utilization of 100% means that at the start of trading, all available shares were lent. More shares are constantly being made available, and live cost to borrow data indicates these shares are being lent at much higher rate today, yada, yada, yada. This tweet says, hey apes, there are about 100 million legal shares on loan. Now, this was in the past, so again, the float may have changed. He goes, I did some calculations to come up with the realistic AMC SP when all the legal shares are returned. My calculations for the legal shares on loan when returned first, here it goes. 1. AMC share price jumped from 35 to 72 with 30 million legal shares returned on June 2nd. If 60 million legal shares on loan are returned, AMC SP should be about 109. SP meaning share price. If 90 million legal shares on loan are returned, AMC share price should be about $146. And if all 100 million legal shares on loan were returned, aka a share recall potentially, the price would have been at $158. He goes, I estimate there are about 3 billion synthetic shares. My estimate is low. West Christian thinks 9 billion to 26 billion synthetic shares. There may be more. I will provide my calculations for AMC share price based on 3 billion synthetic shares created, 9 billion and 26 billion synthetic shares. If 3 billion synthetic shares are returned, AMC share price should be about 7,200. 9 billion are returned, 21,600. And if 26 billion are covered, AMC share price would be at $62,208. And this was back in the day. And now, if West Christian believed that, chances are it's much, much worse now. And we're going to talk about it in 1 second. Quick background, if you don't know West Christian, he fights for many companies against naked short selling, and he has been targeting short sellers who are corrupt within the market for quite some time now. Now, Antera has officially removed itself from being a company insider with AMC by selling over 60% of their holdings, giving up less than 10% of overall ownership of APE. Oh no, there's no hostile takeover. It looks like Antera doesn't want anything to do with this. They just got a little bit of a deal to save AMC for the time being, and now they are out. Speaking of APE, 9.36 million tweets, but it's not trending over on Twitter. Ape doesn't even appear on the overall trending list, while half of the tags on the top 10 barely have 1,000 tweets. Now, the question to Elon Musk is, when does the shadow ban stop happening? And we specifically saw that there is a specific shadow ban on certain stocks over on Twitter. When does this stop? You guys let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, we do have GameStop trending on Twitter, as well as AMC Ape on Twitter. So it's not like it's completely shadow banned, but almost 10 million tweets about Ape is absolutely ridiculous. Now, illegal shorting is legal for Citadel, apparently, according to this new report by frankness.com. Now, the conclusion to this report is this. That's right, the illegal practice of selling shares that have not been determined to exist, otherwise known as naked short selling, is legal for Ken Griffin's Citadel, as well as other market makers. Yahoo's senior markets and data reporter Jared says most of the time it's illegal, but in quotes, if a hedge fund releases a short report on a stock, they can short it, but they have to pay a borrowing fee. In other words, words, a hedge fund can say, this is our short report on the stock, and then they can jump into the play just by paying that cost to borrow fee, thus profiting off of basically pushing the news, which shouldn't be legal. They have to borrow it from somebody so they don't engage in naked short selling, which increases the amount of shares in the float of the company. Now, market makers like those at the NYSE, Citadel is one. They can engage in naked short selling, and it's perfectly legal. It's part of their market making duties to provide liquidity for a stock. And again, remember, Citadel is a hedge fund and market maker, so the conflict of interest is just absolutely huge here. Speaking of Citadel, since we're touching on Citadel, at Citadel, the minimum wage for interns is up roughly 25% to $120 an hour this year for a standard month with 40-hour weeks. That's $19,200 before taxes. Now, is this just because they are the top market maker and they make a boatload of money, or is it because they want to spice up their interns so that they never ever say anything by the time they come into the company and end up working for the company and finding out how corrupt the company actually is? They're making such a good salary. Why would they do so? Now, short sellers have been losing a ton of money, especially with the market ripping, but JP Morgan quickly approaches painful $39 billion in fines. These are for numerous scandals and security violations over the years. A recent $4 million fine issued by the SEC against the banking giant will bring the amount of money JP Morgan has paid for banking securities in additional fines since 2000 to $38.995 billion. And this is not even close to how many fines Citadel has gotten, yet they're all just a slap on the wrist, because say they make $10 billion from doing something scandalous and illegal in the market, they're only going to get fined, what, $500 million for it? Now, before we get into the charts, guys, pop in the Discord. The link is right under the video. You will not regret it. We talk stocks all day long with 500 of the most amazing people. We also have options trading alerts in there, and I post my trades as soon as I take them. So again, that link is right under the video in the description and pinned in the top of comments. Also, guys, download Moomoo, sign up, and make a deposit to get up to 16 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, a $100 cash reward sent to your account. You can basically withdraw that money for free and have free stocks on top of that. But not only that, you're getting a chance at free Tesla and Google stock. Put in 100, you get those 5 free stocks plus that $100 cash reward. And then you put in 1,000 or 5,000, you're getting 15 free stocks, shares of Tesla, shares of Google, and that $100 cash reward still stays. Make sure to use my link, download Moomoo, and make a deposit. That will be pinned in the top of comments and in the description as well. AMC currently trading at $4.33, up 1.9% on the day. It's tracking perfectly to what we have drawn out. If anything, I would see this thing scale up to retest this trend line right around $4.65 before scaling back down, retesting where it's at right around $4.30, coming back up, testing the trend line at $4.50, once again scaling back down to the bottom of this parallel channel right around $3.96, a relative low for AMC, before getting that major rip higher. Now, of course, the conversion reverse split, Judge Zern's answer, is going to affect the chart, affect how this thing moves. So just keep that in the back of your head as well. The chart doesn't mean much, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, at least today, right? Because until that answer comes out, we really have to see what's happening. GameStop was fighting this descending resistance here right around $24, and it just broke up to $24.27, up 3.1% on the day. This is a beautiful thing to see. This falling channel is bullish for GameStop, especially if the volume does want to kick up on the buy side, and does look like it is about to. I wouldn't even mind jumping in some calls for GameStop to risk a little bit. Also, I did take a bunch of trades today. If you want to see those, pop in the Discord in case you guys do want to follow my trades. Now, federal debt explodes by $1 trillion in 5 weeks since deal suspending limit became law. On top of that, the US 10-year Treasury yield falls back below 4%, last at 3.96%, and the S&P 500 breaking back above 440, trading at 440.55, up 0.2% on the day. I had a hammer candle on this red day with a decent amount of volume, showing that buyers and sellers were matched at this level right around 438.75, and now buyers are taking over control of the market. I would watch for a clean break back above 444 on the S&P 500. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.